Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Drew Jets Show, and today we are going to be talking about the depth on our roster. So without any hesitation, let's get it started. So it's no secret that the New York Jets greatly improved our roster this offseason. I mean, just look at our starting lineup compared to last season. It's a major difference. But you also look at our depth on the team right now compared to last season, and it's also a major improvement as well. I mean, take a look at our quarterback room. We have Zach Wilson. He's going to be a top 5 quarterback this upcoming season. Just look at, what he did. Everyone knows he has the dog in his DNA. But if for some reason he were to get hurt, I feel comfortable with Joe Flacco leading this team to victory. He's shown in the past that he can keep this team competitive. You just need to put the pieces around him. The New York Jets have done that, mainly for Zach Wilson, but if he were to get hurt, having Joe Flacco in for like 1 or 2 games a year, I definitely feel like he could lead us to victory and keep this team competitive. And then if he were to get hurt too, Mike White might throw for like 500 yards. And then we have Breece Hall as our starting running back. Best running back in this year's draft class. He's going to ball out his rookie year. But backing him up is Michael Carter, a player that I was really comfortable with being our starting running back this season. So to have him as our backup is going to be awesome for the Jets team this season. We really do have a Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt duo on our hands with Breece Hall and Michael Carter. And then having Tevin Coleman as running back 3 is also good as well. Taking a look at the receiver position, the depth there isn't really that strong. Definitely was kind of a downgrade from last year's depth. Our starting 3 trio of receivers is awesome. Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, and Corey Davis. Really like that trio. But Braxton Berrios, wide receiver 4, also really like that too. But after Berrios, we have Denzel Mims. Is he going on a revenge tour this season? Jeff Smith, he's only on the roster because he's good at special teams. I mean, other than Jeff Smith, mainly other than Braxton Berrios, our backup receivers are questionable, so let's just hope our main trio stays healthy. Tight end, I mean, it's the best it's ever been, maybe in franchise history. I mean, CJ Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, let alone would have been great. But now we also have Jeremy Ruckert. We have 3 tight ends who could keep this team alive, and 3 tight ends that have been better than arguably any tight end that we've had over the past decade. And based off of recent reports, Tyler Conklin looks like he's winning that tight end job. So to have Uzomah as our tight end too, a player who's been a very solid tight end for his entire career as our backup, makes me really excited for what this tight end room is going to do for our team this season. And then taking a look at our offensive line, it's the best it's ever been in a very long time. George Fant, Lincoln Tomlinson, Connor McGovern, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Mekhi Becton. That's an awesome offensive line. But backing them up, we also have some solid players. Nate Herbig, who I think is one of the better backup offensive guards in the NFL. The Eagles, some reason, released this man, but he's definitely going to provide the New York Jets with solid play as to this season. We have Dan Feeney, who I was a real big fan of last season. Not only does he have the awesome mullet, he can provide stable play at either the guard or center position. I really also like Max Mitchell's game as well. Just hope he takes, a next step this season if asked for him to play. But Connor McGovern, Chuma Adoga, not exactly huge fans of that. But then taking a look at our depth on defense, that goes crazy as well, especially on the defensive line. Now, we don't really have a guy who can stop the run. That's not a great thing. But when it comes to rushing the passer, the New York Jets are going to be awesome on that this season. Our starting D-line, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers. That's a unit right there. But then backing them up, we have Vinny Curry, we have Bryce Huff, we have Michael Clemens, we have Solomon Thomas, Sheldon Rankins, Nathan Shepard, Jacob Martin. I mean, the list goes on, and everybody I just named might not even make the roster day 1. Some really talented defensive linemen probably are going to be cut from the Jets roster because we just have so much depth at that position. I mean, if Quinnen Williams were to get hurt, I would still feel comfortable with this defensive line keeping up the same play because we just have that much depth behind our guys. At the linebacker position, not too comfortable with that, and the safety. I mean, we have some guys who might be able to play, might be able to provide us with some solid play, But, you know, those two positions really aren't looking that good and definitely are the weakest on our team. CJ Mosley, Jordan Whitehead, solid players, but definitely there needs to be more done in the room, but who knows if more is even going to be done. We might sign Quan Alexander. Apparently there's still interest there, but who knows what's actually going to happen at that. But linebacker, safety, definitely are some questionable positions, but might end up working out for us. And then I'm a huge fan of our cornerback room. I've said on record that I was comfortable with having Bryce Hall, Brandon Echols, and Michael Carter II being our starting cornerbacks this season. I was completely fine with that being our starting trio. But then we went out and signed DJ Reed and drafted Sauce Gardner with the 4th overall pick. And now I'm just extremely happy with this cornerback room. I mean, Brandon Echols, Bryce Hall have shown us in the past they can guard top receivers in the game. So if one of our 2 starting cornerbacks were to get hurt, I feel comfortable with them 2 coming in and keeping the play competitive. And Javelin Guidry's also shown that in the past. So if Michael Carter gets off the field for some reason, I feel comfortable with Javelin Guidry keeping play competitive. So the depth the New York Jets have on our roster is really good and is definitely going to be taking us places in the future and maybe even this season. So thank you guys for watching the video. I know I haven't uploaded in a long time, but I've just been really busy. Went on a church trip in North Carolina, and then me and my family just went to Universal Studios. So it's been quite a time. Definitely had some fun, but it's glad to be back in the studio and glad to be making videos for you guys. So sorry for the lack of videos, but I'm back, so don't you worry. And I'm your host, Stuart, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.